made me realise how much of a rut that I got myself stuck in. And suddenly Adam just came home absolutely sobbing, as in crying so hard he basically couldn't breathe. He was so upset that he'd been beaten with a stick. It didn't cross my mind that a neighbour would physically assault my child.
What we've got is we've got a vegetable sandwich with chips each.
I'm sorry. Oh god. Oh, it's disgusting. So they said he's critical and he's on 24-hour watch now. I hate it and it's worrying me so much. I'm trying to remain calm.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
No! Dash! No! Dash does not leave Miko alone, which is... And he plays too rough. Obviously he's got a lot bigger since he was a puppy. They were once the same size, because Miko is the kitten that we got, was it a week after Dash? I think so. They have grown up together, but Dash has grown a lot bigger than the cat. Anyway, hi guys and welcome back to our channel. So I thought I would film today. Got nothing major going on, but got lots to chat to you all about. I have to start with, are you guys also watching, well, I guess it's all these, I never watch the actual programs, you know, like these dance programs like Strictly or Dancing with the Stars. I don't ever tune in for the actual program, but I always watch the dances of like the couples that I like. And so Strictly this year, I think the only one I'm particularly interested in is Vicky Patterson, but it's Dancing with the Stars that I'm very invested in with Robert Irwin. I swear there's no family I love like following more. It's the neighbour's dog. There's no family I love following more online than the Irwins, and it's the neighbour's dog barking. Sometimes barks all night. But yeah, I woke up this morning and the first thing I watched was it the salsa? If you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, that was something to see. I'm getting ready because I've just decided to, I haven't even told her yet, but to take Tallie out to Java, which is like the local chain coffee shop, cafe, restaurant, whatever, to do her homeschooling. Now the reason I have to, also trust the process, the reason I've decided to do that is, so you guys, if you saw my last video, you saw that I did quite a lot last week. I met up with an old friend. I also went out on a night out, and I went to the Hindi festival with my friend Sheba, and I kind of, I mean, I always knew this, but I kind of had this like, it was mostly seeing my old friend and her being really quite blunt with me that like made me realise how much of a rut that I've got myself stuck in. I've become an absolute recluse. Like, I feel like maybe it can be deceiving on here because anytime I do anything, I film it. For the rest of the time I don't. And I have withdrawn more and more that I don't leave the house, really, barely leave my room. I don't see anybody anymore, and it's got worse and worse as the months have gone by. So it's obviously like a mental health thing, and there's so much going on that maybe everyone doesn't see, and it definitely like has a effect. And I guess when I get overwhelmed, the way I deal with it is I shut down and don't do anything and don't leave the house, but then I get like trapped in a really bad cycle, and I find it really hard to get myself to leave the house. Now, after leaving the house quite a few times last week, it has like lifted me a little bit. I'm still having to kind of force myself to go out, but I felt a little bit more motivated. So I'm going to try and start forcing myself to get out more. Yeah, it's obviously quite hard when money is limited as well, but it's not even just for me. I don't take the kids out enough either, and it's difficult because there's not very many places to go. But it's Tallie chatting and Dash. But I'm going to try my best. So I thought today we'll go out for coffee, maybe breakfast, and Tallie will do her homeschooling from there. Tallie girl! Tallie?
Yes?
Hi. So I'm thinking we go to Java and we do your learning from there. Wanna do that? That requires you going to get ready.
Okay.
Yeah? I often get asked where Josh is. Now today he's off dealing with one of the issues we've got going on. Always issues. Somebody has taken something that we need back. A person has disappeared and is not answering calls, and yeah, it's very stressful. So Josh is trying to deal with that this morning. This tripod, it was only a really cheap one from Amazon. I must have got it years ago, and it's starting to like get really wonky. But I'm all ready. But I also just wanted to say, I have had, I think, in all these years in Uganda, I've actually got ringworm here twice, and I think this is my 3rd time. Never had it in the UK, but I get it here. I think that's what it is. Like, it looks like it's drying up quite a lot, but it's so itchy, and it's just not going away very quickly at all. But I've also got one on my hip and on my thigh, and this is healed the most. But I haven't been to see the doctor or anything. I've just been using a cream because that's what I've done previously and it's worked. But it's just not clearing up, so I might have to go and see the doctor. But yeah, things like this are just so common here. Like the kids come home from school with fungal things and stuff all the time. Yeah, so I've got to try and get rid of that. So might see if we have time to head to I might just go to the pharmacy and ask the pharmacist whilst we're in town. I was all dressed up, gotta move backwards. Let's see, she's wearing this lovely outfit. Move that way, darling, that way, back. She's wearing this lovely outfit that my mum sent out. Very beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and now we need to pack your learning things. So I can't speak. We'll pack some workbooks. Make sure you pack those counting sticks as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and we need a pencil.
But also in a bag?
Just take it in a folder, maybe. Yeah? Come on, let's go. So this is honestly like my worst nightmare, guys. I've just set the camera up in public, which you probably never usually see me do. I really struggle. I really need to get past that because obviously I'm trying to make a living from social media, so the fact that I can't pick up the camera and vlog in public is problematic, and I see all these other people online do it and wish I could do it, and right now I don't think anyone's paying attention really. There is someone sort of glancing, but it makes me very, very, very uncomfortable. And you right? How do you feel? How do you feel being on camera right now?
Good.
Yeah, good. For me, I'm actually a very, very shy person, and always have been, and have like major social anxiety. Really, I really struggle in public. I really struggle in group situations. Things like staff meetings. I've always been like my worst nightmare. I get so worked up before I go down to them, and I hate every minute of it. You know. It goes as far back as being in school and really struggling when a teacher would pick on me for an answer, and I just really, really struggle. I struggle walking into public places, and I just want to get past it. So I'm going to try to start forcing myself not only to get out of the house more, but forcing myself to get out of my comfort zone more. And you know who actually really inspires me? I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she's called Sophie, and she's on TikTok. She's probably on other platforms as well. I can't remember what she calls what she does, but she just goes in public and does the most outrageous things to prove that what people think for a fleeting moment just really does not matter. And I'll never be able to do things to her extreme, I'm sure of that. And this is nothing compared to what she does. But I am struggling just doing this. So, right, what do you want to eat, miss? Should we eat food first, or do you want a hot drink? Should I have food? I'm really quite hungry. I was going to have a coffee, but now it's almost lunchtime, so I'm thinking food. What do you think?
Fast food.
Food. I'm going to get a vegetable sandwich with chips. What do you want? What do you want, girlie? Huh?
We'll see.
Well, you know what there is. We've been here before. So I'm getting the sandwich, the veggie sandwich with...
This one in meat.
You want meat?
No. You want meat.
I don't want meat. What do you want? I'm getting the veggie sandwich with chips. I'm asking you what you want.
I want like yours.
The same thing? Okay, what do you want to drink?
What are you gonna drink?
Probably an iced tea. And then I might have a coffee later. Before we go. I'm going to have an iced tea with juice. You could just get juice.
No.
What do you want then?
Like
So what do you want to do, English or maths first?
Huh?
English or maths?
Addition.
Addition, that's maths. Alright, then we need the counting sticks as well, don't we? Someone very kindly got these off our wish list and they have been so helpful, just for counting and things.
I'm gonna finish for yesterday.
Yeah, we've got some subtractions to finish. Tallie does find maths pretty tricky, don't you, miss? She does go to CEDA for maths tuition as well. And she's making lots of improvements. She's kind of proving to me that she can do more than she lets on, actually. She definitely can, because I've seen it, because Sheba sends me photos and videos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5, and then take away 1. 1. They are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good, well done. Yeah. So they've given Tallie in a plastic cup, which is probably quite sensible. So we've got, it's iced tea mixed with passion juice, and they also come and bring a little sugar syrup if we want it sweeter.
I'm supposed to have it also.
You want some sugar syrup? Of course you do. There you go.
Thank you, Mommy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you try it, you tell me what it's like.
Good.
What we've got is we've got a vegetable sandwich with chips each. No protein in sight, but there we go.
Okay. Right, I'm back and spent a fortune in the pharmacy. Was not expecting to spend that much, but this, whatever this is, whether it's ringworm or something else fungal, has spread. And the one on my leg, I'm not even going to show it to you because it's not, it's nasty and it's so itchy. So she's given me a course of turbidifying, some antifungal soap and some cream to try and get rid of it once and for all. But also, I wasn't told off per se, but I was reminded that I am supposed to be worming my whole family here every 3 months. I don't know why I can never remember to do it that regularly. Like, it's been a long time. It's been too long. And I'm so good at doing the dogs. So you would think that I would just do us at the same time or something, but it's just such a foreign concept to me because we don't worm ourselves in the UK. So I keep forgetting to do it, but yeah, now I've got wormer for the whole family, so we need to deworm us all. And she did tell me to do this when we're all planning on just staying home because there's a good chance we'll need the toilet. So yes, probably take that, I don't know when exactly. Parenting here is very, very different to parenting in the UK. There are different things you need to think of. And this is what I actually wanted to really sit down and talk to you about in this video. Because some of you may already know because I did post about it over on TikTok, but I know a lot of you aren't on TikTok. And then I had some comments asking what it was about because some people asked how Adam was. And I don't even know where to start with this. If I'd done this video last week, or when it happened, I would have been shaking. I was so angry, I was so upset. I still am, but obviously, you know, like when some time has passed, that really raw emotion has gone. So I may not seem that emotional in sharing this story, but it's only because it's honestly been a while now, like 10 days or something now since it happened. Okay, so where to start? Basically, there was an incident that happened. So my kids now like to play out all the time. They play out on the street. There's loads of other children that live like on this street or on the surrounding streets, and they often play on this street outside. Just like kids do all over the world. They do in the UK, they do everywhere. Kids like to play out with their friends, right? And so I have started allowing my children to do it. I've always been quite an overprotective parent, doesn't like doing so because of, you know, the dangers. But I figured they are old enough now. I don't let James go out unless one of his older brothers are out. But could not foresee this happening. So basically, I was actually quite poorly and I was at home in bed, and suddenly Adam just came home absolutely sobbing, as in crying so hard he basically couldn't breathe. He was so upset. It even took me a long time to get him to actually form any words to tell me what had happened. Like, I was just there panicking, not knowing what had happened. And he doesn't get in a state like that very often, until he finally told me that he'd been beaten with a stick. And that causes so much to try and share, I don't even know where to start. The point I do want to make straight away though, from me as a mother, is that I honestly couldn't care less if my child did the worst thing ever, if he set your house on fire, if he, whatever he did, you don't retaliate by beating someone else's child. Like, this was an adult, by the way. This wasn't another child, this was a full grown woman. This was a mother who took it upon herself, not once but twice, to discipline my child by beating him with a stick, by caning him. Now, oh, there's a fly, go away. Okay, so I know my children are not perfect and they do misbehave, and I do know he does misbehave, but one thing about him is he is like 100% honest with me, and that is something I can trust everything he says to me, and he's proven that many times over the years. So what he tells me, I will believe him and I don't question it. So it basically turned out, I already know because he's been telling me occasionally anyway, there's like a couple of different groups of kids out there and they do sometimes fall out. Kids are kids. And recently, because there's some older boys, you know what it's like, they've been a little bit physical, and it's not okay, and I absolutely would like try and make sure my children don't behave that way, but I don't believe it's been I don't believe my children have been like the ringleaders in it. Oh, this fly. Anyway, there's another boy, and also want to point out that this is not okay to happen to any child. Yes, I'm mad about it's happened to my child, but it shouldn't happen to any child. But it seems as if Adam was also mistaken as another child. So there was another boy playing out that day, because when I went out there's another boy playing out that day, and he is about the same height as Adam, same age as Adam, and he was in a black t-shirt like Adam and black trousers like Adam. And Adam had told me that basically a group of them had got into a fight with the other group, not like a serious, just a bit of a scuffle, and among, like, within that, this other boy that's the same height as Adam had, like, I don't know, pushed into this other boy. This other boy is slightly, I guess disabled, like his legs, I don't know what it is. What is it? I'm pretty sure is it not something you have in childhood here? But anyway, he can't walk very well, and he fell over, and so he went running to his mum. His mum came out, running out, and grabbed Adam. Now, Adam didn't feel like he had done anything wrong, and he stuck up for himself, which I am very happy he did that, but I guess here it's kind of seen as disrespectful for a child to raise their voice or be, you know, to an adult. So when this woman came up to him, he also made himself big and was shouting back at her like, I didn't do anything. She didn't like that, and so she took it upon herself to cane him with a stick. She then told him to leave and to go, and so he left and he went down the road. A few minutes later she came again and she did it again. So it wasn't even once, it was twice, and he'd left the vicinity and she came after him again. He then, I don't think he fought back whilst it was happening. I think he was quite frankly in complete shock. Because that's not how, I don't beat my children, that's not how I do things. Anyway, he came home, like I said, completely inconsolable. He had a little cut on his hand, and then where he's been hit with a stick on his legs, he like has slightly like risen like lines sort of thing on his leg. He wasn't even properly dressed. I went storming out, I didn't have shoes on or anything. I had to restrain myself because my like want with all of me was to inflict on her what she had just inflicted on my child. It took so much self-restraint not to, and instead all I did was shout, but she didn't speak any English. So then I just made sure she understood this word, and I said, I'm calling the police. And she understood that word, and she started trying to run off, and I got pictures of her. I was going to share the pictures and the videos, but I've decided not to. So I've tried to film her, and I rang Josh and we called the police, and because Josh was in town, and Josh came rushing back, and then the police came as well. Now I understand, right? She was upset that her child had gotten pushed over, right? So she's being a protective mother as well, essentially. It's not how you deal with it. Everyone on the street knows Adam lives here. anyone on the street could have come and gotten me. She could have come and knocked on the gate. She could have gone to the local chairman, the LC. She could have done anything. What she shouldn't have done is what she did do. And although Adam hasn't got any like lasting physical damage, I've got no idea what that might do to him emotionally throughout his life. Like, I don't do that to my children, and I think that's an awful experience for him to have to go through. And he's just turned 11. He shouldn't be beaten twice with a stick by a complete stranger, and obviously from how his body was, like pretty hard as well. And not only do I think like the actual act of that was really upsetting for him, I think from what he was saying to me, he was kind of quite humiliated as well, because there was a huge crowd of people watching this happen. And I'm quite cross that no one, whilst this was happening, came to get me, including my own children. Like, I have said to them, like, if that had been the other way around and that had been happening to like George or Tallie, Adam would have sprinted home and come and got me. And I don't know if they were kind of like shell shocked as well by watching it, but no one came to get me. Other adults saw it happen, nobody came, okay? They just allowed this to happen. And I know that beating here is like a very common form of discipline, but it is still actually against the law. It's not actually allowed. It's just kind of like accepted but not allowed. But still, most people, when Josh came and he was able to speak to all the neighbours, because obviously they don't speak English, almost everyone, there's only one person that was in agreement with the lady that had done it. Everyone else thought it was completely unacceptable. And even someone said, as they walked past, they said to us something like, make sure she's warned properly. Yeah, anyway, police came, and then she begged for forgiveness. Please, sorry, forgive me, I won't do it again. And I'm just like, yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm not forgiving you for doing this to my kid. Maybe if you've done something like this to me, but I will not be forgiving you for doing this to my child. I couldn't care less. It has made me, like, these situations and things that have happened here have toughened me up so much, because I would have probably been like, oh, like feeling sorry for her before, but that I just don't anymore. And so I said, no thank you, you can suffer the consequences for what you've done. And the police took her away. So I need to follow up what's happening about it. Obviously the police here did nothing for free, because they don't, so it also cost me. But it's just crazy, isn't it? Like, I just don't now, like, I'm feeling like I have to keep my children inside. I can't let them play out, because that wasn't even something that I thought would happen. I was scared of like cars. Obviously everyone's always a little bit scared of things like, you know, bad people taking your children away or whatever. But I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that a neighbour would physically assault my child. And that is one reason why I'm finding parenting here in Uganda really, really tough, and in this different culture. And there's so many more like things to it. Like, that's just one big incident, but there's little things every day, like even how other people, other strangers talk to my children and things they say. I'm only one person, and I can't just wrap them in cotton wool and be the only influence on them. There's so many other outside influences, and it's really, really hard. I think it's harder than people maybe realise. And what doesn't help is, obviously, the more wealthy you are, perhaps you can live in a fancier area. This isn't a bad area. I like the village I live in. Maybe you can live in a fancier area, fancier school, all these sort of things. Like, I don't have the resources for that. And I'm by no means in the worst of any of them. But anyway, right, I'm going to stop. I could ramble on about this for ages, but yeah, it's hard. I didn't get that coffee that I mentioned, and I'm beginning to wish I had, because I'm beginning to crash. I think we're going to do the dewormer now, and then I've got tutoring in a couple of hours, but I also really need to complete my tutoring training. In fact, I don't know when I have to do it by. Basically every year I've got a bunch of online trainings to do. What have I got to do? I'll tell you what, it's quite a lot of them. Right, so I've got a bunch of different ones. I've got anti-radicalisation, so that's all the prevent stuff. I've got autism awareness. I've got FGM. I've done these so many times now. I've been doing them for years. Keeping children safe. I've got GDPR and data protection. Safeguarding. e-safety, and that's it. But quite a lot. So I'm going to get started on some of those anyway, because yeah, just need to get them done. Yeah, I want to give you dewormers, so you need to take these. They are, I think they're chewable tablets.
What?
So you're just going to take both of them. So Tallie takes both. Dewormer. Make sure there's no worms in your tummy.
To eat.
Yeah. Miko is the cat, the kitten I was mentioning earlier that we found like a week after Dash. And honestly, when I walked past him, I thought he was already dead. He was just lying completely still, the scrawniest, skinniest. I didn't think he'd survive. And now he's everybody's favourite cat, aren't you, baby?
Yes,
Aren't
he
you?
is.
Everybody's favourite cat.
And the
Look
medicine.
this way.
Mommy, I tell
This
you
way.
how was the medicine.
Look this way. Look at the camera.
Mommy,
I'm being camera shy.
Mommy, should I tell you how was the medicine?
Look this way, baby.
I finished it.
You don't want to go to me.
You
Why
are
did you give me
like
squeak?
me. It's in my stomach.
Okay, you go. You don't want to be here, you go.
Mommy, I'm done.
Meanie. Did you finish it all? Good. Meanie, why won't you look at the camera?
How
You're
was it?
cuddly, really.
How was it?
I mix.
How was it?
Mommy, I finished the first one.
George loves Miko. Alright, finish both. I've got one as well. Mine's just a one tablet. She said because mine's definitely chewable. She said because it's orange flavour. I hate orange flavour.
Should I go and
Just get them and try it.
Oh god. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, get me water, Sally. Oh.
with ice?
Just get me in a cup, Tallie, not in that. No! You're gonna be fast! I'm such a child, but that was extremely unpleasant. So another really quite worrying, stressful thing that's going on at the moment, and it's not one of my children per se, but it is one of my babies. It's everything that's going on with Kovu. And I'm just like so worried, and I just hate, he's been in Kampala for weeks now, and I hate it. I want to be with him. I know that like he's like happier around me, and also in terms of things like feeding, I'm so like particular about feeding him and being really careful with it and giving him the best nutrition possible. But that's where what I can do kind of ends, and right now he needs like to be close to medical interventions, really. I had such a hard time. The vet that he was at, well, all the vets we were dealing with pretty much gave up, didn't know what to do. He had a blood transfusion, but then a few days later the effects wore off. And then I found a new vet that I've taken to, and this new vet is actually proving to be really, really quite good. Like he's so active and he really will explain things to me, but that doesn't mean that Kovu's doing well. So he thinks that Kovu might have an autoimmune disease. It's called autoimmune, immune. Basically, it's an immune thing to do with his dying. What's his stuffing? His like immune-related anemia, and the other one I can't pronounce, but it's to do with platelets. And if you have them both at the same time, it's called Evans syndrome, and that can be secondary to having a tick infection. And we know that he had a tick-borne infection at some point, possibly for a long time. So it would all make sense, but treating it when his levels are so scarily low is really, really hard. So they put him on some really strong steroids, and his anemia actually improved. It's still really bad, but got from that critical level. I've actually learned so much about all this. I should go into veterinary nursing or something. But he's gone back naturally on this, well, not naturally, but from being on the steroids to the level that he's been anemic like all year. So it's not good, but it was like survivable. But he dropped to like really, really, really risky, like critical. However, then his platelets all year have been low, but again survivable, and they've dropped to like really scary levels. So then they added another immunosuppressant drug. I'm getting messages from the vet now, and it's just worrying me. He is on immunosuppressant drug. He was on another one, and he's reacted badly to it. So I got a horrible message this morning. So they said he's critical and he's on 24-hour watch now. I'll read the message I got. 2 days back, Kovu's appetite declined and he suddenly appeared less active than usual. And yesterday evening they noticed a swelling on his right shoulder and his leg was swelling, and then they realised he was having an adverse reaction to the drugs. And so they took him off everything apart from the original steroid, and they're monitoring him closely, and then the swelling on his shoulder ruptured. Safi. Yeah, he's having tests tomorrow, so he's having tests for his organs tomorrow, he's having more blood tests tomorrow, but they're saying he's critical and they're watching him, and I'm just so worried, and I want to be there with him, and what am I supposed to do? Because I've also got kids, I've got work, like he's in Kampala, he's hours away, like I hate it, and it's worrying me so much, and I'm trying to remain calm. Toto has been pretty miserable since Kovu hasn't been here, he's just not been himself at all. Have you, my darling? Anyway, me and Josh had just kind of decided to go to Kampala tonight because of the state that Kovu's in. I just wanted to get there. But it's already late. I've just finished tutoring. I've just tutored. It's about 10 p.m. But Josh was coming from the village trying to organise a car. And I'm not really sure what's going on because I've run out of airtime. So I'm thinking I'm going to get ready for bed and get into bed and to try and sleep even if for a very small amount of time. Just knowing that then we're likely to rush to Kampala, whether tonight or very, very early in the morning. Trying not to panic. Panicking is not going to help. The vets haven't said that this is it. They've just said he is critical and they're doing what they can. He'll have more tests done tomorrow, but I also just want to go and feed him. Like, I feel like that's my way of showing him love and making sure to keep his energy up as much as possible, to like bring him good food. So yeah, I'm going to take food for him. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here, and yeah, would really appreciate your comments and likes, shares, all those things to try and really help boost our channel. It really, really helps. And I'll see you in the next video.